but you did have some maybe like financial trouble that happened and some things that you were playing poker, right, for a
Sure,
living.
yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so my identity was stolen by my dad, and when I was a kid, and it prevented me from getting a proper job. So I did have to play poker for a living for a little bit because this was, the timelines are fuzzy because it's been like so long. But what was I gonna say? This was like right in the financial crash. I want to say it was like 2010, 2011 and stuff like that. And I couldn't even get a job at Burger King, bro. It was wild. So I ended up like cleaning carpets and knocking on doors like in the neighborhood that I grew up in. My mom and I were on food stamps, like all this stuff. And I knew how to play poker a little bit. I just didn't know how to play it well. And a coach, he offered to coach me to play poker. And I started played poker for like, I want to say it was like 2.5 years full time. And it wasn't glamorous or anything like that. Same thing as like, it was just enough to get by. Yeah. And I'm like surprised I got by. Like, I don't know, man. It was crazy. It was a wild time in my life, but it wasn't even in Vegas. Right. It was like, it was these home games that are around here. I helped organize like getting players to come to these home games and whatever else it was. And then, there's Commerce Casino in LA. There's Oceanside Casino. So it wasn't even like in Vegas and fun. And every time I went to Vegas, it was like boring. It was like, honestly, it just was like, I say professional poker player, but same thing. It's like saying CEO. It's like, what does that mean? I make sure that there's enough snacks for my team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, so it was a wild time, and that carried on for a while. I ended up having to, my coach didn't want me playing poker for very long, and because of just like how I was living my life, like partying too much, not being responsible, just being a complete basically. So I ended up getting a job as a telemarketer and. Because that's a step up. Actually, it's such a grind, and to anybody that is like selling over the phone, like you need those skills. I think to do like that's what got me my chops to like do business development and sell. But that wasn't much better. But it was because of working at that telemarketing firm that I started my business. So like all of these things like play a big part. Like whatever. Even my dad stealing my identity. Even my, playing poker, being on food stamps, like all that stuff, it teaches you, like, I'm happy I had to eat dirt for a long time, dude. Like, I was a spoiled OC brat for a really long time. Yeah. And I'm just glad I didn't, like, turn out that way. And I know what it's like. And I know what it's like to, like, have nothing. And so when I have something, it feels great. You know what I mean? I also know not to detach myself from, or to attach myself to those things because it's just stuff, dude. You don't take that stuff up.